Nagaland recorded the lowest candidate expenditure in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections with a total of just Rs 28.76 lakh by all candidates. In comparison, Faridkot in Punjab had the highest spending at 4.19 crore. A tragic incident occurred on Thursday when the multiple body of 17-year-old Himanshu Singh Rajput was found on the Delhi-Mumbai railway track near the Kania railway station. PM Modi on Friday called for a joint effort between India and the US to dismantle the entire human trafficking system that exploits vulnerable individuals. A CRPF Jawan illegally killed by 2 of his colleagues and injured 8 others before taking his own life at a camp in Manipur. The incident took place at CRPF camp in Lamsing located in the Imphal West district at around 8:20 p.m. A seminar on Experience America, Educational Opportunities in the US and Enhancing Students' Mobility in Northeast was held at Nagaland University Kohima campus, Marymount, organized by the US Consultant General, Kolkata YRG Care and Nagaland University. Nltv English Prime Time is brought to you by Trump Footwear. Hello and welcome to Nltv English Prime Time. This is Chanchan Kasar and now the news in detail. Nagaland recorded the lowest candidate expenditure in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections with a total of just 28.76 lakh by all candidates. In comparison, Faridkot in Punjab had the highest spending at 4.19 crore. According to the election commissions at last publication, Nagaland's lone set had a voter turnout of 57.8% with 3 candidates contesting. Faridkot with 28 candidates had a voter turnout of over 1.5 million people. The highest spending winner was Sashi Tharoor from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala at 94.9 lakh, while Pratima Mondal spent only Rs 12.500. On February 13, 2025, the third phase of oath-taking ceremony of NSCN took place with 57 new members including Kilonsir, Deputy Kilonsir and Tarar swearing in. The event was led by Achungthang Lotha, Chief Secretary. The ceremony included prayers, speeches and blessings. Key speakers like Atul Kilonsir, Kitovi Zimomi emphasized the importance of the agreed position for future generations and urged members to stay committed to the Naga cause. The oath was administered by Ibn Bemo Lotha and the ceremony ended with a mass benediction. The House Student Conference had raised concerns over the recent teacher transfer process in Nagaland, stating that it lacks proper planning and fairness. The IAKM criticized the Directorate of School Education for carrying out the rationalization without considering the challenges of rural schools, where teacher shortage are already an issue. They emphasized that teacher placement should focus on academic needs and avoid political influence. The group also proposed that rationalization should first address teachers' surpluses in urban schools before impacting rural ones. AKM stands firm in ensuring quality education for all regardless of location. In the midst of political unrest in Manipur, a large group of women held a protest in Imphal demanding the retention of N. Biren Singh as Chief Minister. The demonstration was organized by the Apumba Mir Paibis in Laipang Kunyo Mark Laikai. Protesters voiced concerns about the ongoing conflict, urging that peace should be the focus, not political game. They called for a resolution to the crisis before any political maneuvers. Singh resigned as Chief Minister on Sunday, adding to the state's political uncertainty.
ये जो हम सब महिला यहाँ में प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है, इसका डिमांड ये है कि जो हमारा हमारा सीएम एन बीरेन सिंह, ऑनरेबल एन बीरेन सिंह, उसका पद से रिजाइन मत करो और हमको वही सीएम चाहिए। इसी की वजह से हम लोग यहाँ में प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा हूँ। ये जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है उसका सॉल्यूशन के लिए सब हैरान है। कोई आपस में जोड़ के, ये अपोजिशन हो या रूलिंग पार्टी हो, ये पद के लिए अभी पद के लिए पॉलिटिशियन, ये अभी पॉलिटिक्स का ज़माना नहीं है, क्योंकि अभी जो है वो लोग सब मिल के कैसे मणिपुर को पीस लाए, कैसे इसका ये जो कन्फ्लिक्ट का सोल्यूशन लाए, वही ढूंढ के पहले सोल्यूशन लाओ, उसके बाद जो वो लोग का पॉलिटिक्स खेलना है वो लोग खेल सकता है। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिवाइड एंड रूल खेलने के लिए यहाँ पे वो लोग का पॉलिटिक्स खेल।
Security personnel were deployed across Manipur on Thursday after President's rule was imposed on the state. Security forces maintained strict vigilance on the street, conducting vehicle checks. The move followed the restrictions of Chief Minister Biren Singh, triggering political uncertainty in the state. The Manipur Assembly has been suspended as announced by the Minister of Home Affairs. Singh's resignation came after nearly 21 months of ethnic violence, which has claimed over 250 lives. President's rule has been imposed in Manipur following the resignation of Chief Minister Biren Singh, marking a significant political shift after months of ethnic violence. The State Assembly has been placed under suspended animation as the region grapples with instability, claiming over 250 lives in the past 21 months. Singh, who resigned on February 9, faced mounting criticism over his handling of violence between the Meitei and the Kuki-Zo communities. The decision to impose central rule came after a report from the governor to President Draupadi Murmu confirming governance could not continue as per constitutional provisions. Six people have been arrested in Agartala for stealing from a CBI camp office. The thief was discovered on February 11 when CBI officials found the office, which has been unattended for over 5 months, had been looted of police recovered items such as almirahs, chair, door, windows and electrical appliances. The police investigation is ongoing to identify if other items were stolen or if there were further motivations behind the heist.
তো আমরা সেই কমপ্লেন মূলে একটা মামলা নথিভুক্ত করি এনসিসি পুলিশ স্টেশনে। সেই নথিভুক্ত করার সাথে সাথেই ওসি অভয়নগর জয়নাল হোসেন, সাব ইন্সপেক্টর অফ পুলিশ, ওনাকে তদন্ত দেওয়া হয়। তো উনি তদন্তে নেমে প্রথমত দুইজনকে অ্যারেস্ট করেন, দুইজন বিপ্লব দেববর্মা এবং রাজু ভৌমিক। এই দুজনকে অ্যারেস্ট করার পর জিজ্ঞাসাবাদে আমরা এখনও পর্যন্ত 8টা স্টিল আলমিরা, 7টা দরজা, কাঠের দরজা এবং উইন্ডো 4টা, গিজার 1টা, চেয়ার 4টা আমরা রিকভারি করতে সক্ষম হয়েছি এবং এই সঙ্গে আরও যুক্ত আমরা 4 জন, টোটাল 6 জন আমরা এই কেসে এখনও পর্যন্ত অ্যারেস্ট করেছি। তো আমরা সেই
We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. Let's get back with the news. A tragic incident occurred in Nanganallur, Chennai on Friday when a 7-year-old girl, Ashwarya, was crushed by an iron gate leading to her death despite medical efforts. The class 2 student of modern school was returning home with her father, Sampath, when the gate fell on her as she tried to close it. Locals rushed to her and took her to Gwalior hospital, but she could not be saved. Police have registered a case and are investigating the incident. Tragedy struck during a temple festival at Manakulangara temple near Koyilanti on Thursday evening when two elephants became agitated after crackers were burst. The elephant charged towards a nearby building, causing part of its wall to collapse. Two elderly women lost their life and a man was seriously injured. The chaos led to stampede, injured around 20 others. Police are investigating the case. India and the US have agreed to complete the first phase of a major trade pact by the end of this year, aiming to boost bilateral trade to $500 billion by 2030. In a meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, both leaders agreed to tackle trade barriers and increase US oil and gas import to India. Trump also announced reciprocal tariff between the two nations. A multiple-sector bilateral trade agreement is set to be negotiated by 2025.
फ्रेंड्स, आज हमने द्विपक्षीय व्यापार को 2030 तक 2 गुना से भी अधिक बढ़ाकर $500 बिलियन तक पहुंचाने का लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया है। हमारी टीमें एक पारस्परिक लाभकारी ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट को शीघ्र संपन्न करने पर काम करेगी। भारत की ऊर्जा सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित करने में हम ऑयल तथा गैस ट्रेड को बल देंगे। ऊर्जा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में निवेश भी बढ़ेगा। न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी क्षेत्र में हमने स्मॉल मॉड्यूलर रिएक्टर्स की दिशा में सहयोग बढ़ाने पर भी बात की। फ्रेंड्स, भारत की डिफेंस प्रिपेयर्डनेस में अमेरिका की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है। स्ट्रैटेजिक और ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर के नाते हम जॉइंट डेवलपमेंट, जॉइंट प्रोडक्शन और ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी की दिशा में सक्रिय रूप से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। आने वाले समय में भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी और इक्विपमेंट हमारी क्षमता बढ़ाएंगे। हमने ऑटोनोमस सिस्टम्स इंडस्ट्री अलायंस लॉन्च करने का निर्णय लिया है। अगले दशक के लिए डिफेंस कोऑपरेशन फ्रेमवर्क बनाया जाएगा। डिफेंस इंटरऑपरेबिलिटी, लॉजिस्टिक्स, रिपेयर और मेंटेनेंस भी।
A 17-year-old boy, Himanshu Singh Rajput, was found dead under mysterious circumstances on the Delhi-Mumbai railway track near Dakania railway stations on Kota on Thursday. The body was severely mutilated, making identification difficult, though an ID card linked him to a coaching institute. Investigation suggests it could be a suicide. Though no note was found, Himanshu from Buxar, Bihar had been staying in Kota for NEET exam preparations. Authorities are continuing their investigation to determine whether his death was accident or intentional. A 6-year-old boy was kidnapped by 2 men on a motorcycle after his mother was attacked with chili powder on Gwalior's Morar area on Thursday. Has been safely rescued after 14 hours. The boy was found in a village in Morena district. Gwalior police worked swiftly to locate him. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav praised the police and assured that those responsible will be severely dealt with. Authorities are now searching for the abductors and a reward was announced for any information leading to the arrest.
शासन से सभी के सहयोग से मेरा बच्चा वापस मिल गया। मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है। वो आम जनता के सहयोग से, मीडिया से सभी को धन्यवाद देता हूँ। मेरा बच्चा सकुशल है। हाँ, सकुशल है।
कैसा लग रहा है? परिवार में खुशी का माहौल?
हाँ, खुशी का माहौल है। मेरा कन्हैया लौट के आ गया।
ग्वालियर का हीरो
मेरा कन्हैया लौट के आ गया।
सबका बहुत दिल से धन्यवाद करूंगी। सबने बहुत मदद की है। पुलिस प्रशासन ने, मीडिया ने, पूरे ग्वालियर शहर में सभी अधिकारियों ने, सब लोगों ने बहुत मदद की। मुझे मेरे साथ ये पहली बार हुआ है। मैं तो रोज 4-5 साल से अपने बच्चे को छोड़ने जा रही हूँ, लेने जा रही हूँ। पता नहीं है किसने पीछे से आके मेरी आंखों में मिर्ची लगाई और मुझे धक्का दे दिया, और धक्का दे के उसने जबरदस्ती मेरे बच्चे को छीन के बिठा लिया।
आज सुबह लगभग 8:30 बजे के करीब एक लगभग 6 वर्षीय बच्चा ग्वालियर से किडनैप हुआ था और ग्वालियर पुलिस के साथ लगातार हमारा संवाद बना हुआ था और फाइनली अथक प्रयासों के बाद और सघन चेकिंग के उपरांत ये बच्चा हमें माता बसे थाना क्षेत्र से रिकवर हुआ है। बच्चा स्वस्थ है और इसको हम लोग अपने परिजनों को भेज रहे हैं। ग्वालियर पुलिस और मुरैना पुलिस ने के जॉइंट एफर्ट से ईश्वर कृपा से बच्चा सकुशल है और अपने परिजनों के पास लौट रहा है। एक बार वो स्टेबल हो जाएगा तब इस पर डिटेल हम लोग निकालेंगे। कुछ चीज़ें वो बता भी रहा है तो उन लीड्स पे हम लोग काम करें। नो डाउट बहुत जल्दी ही रिकवर हम लोग आरोपियों तक पहुँचेंगे।
स्कूल जाते समय माँ के साथ एक बच्चों को बदमाश ने छीन करके किडनैपिंग का प्रयास किया था और हुई अपहरण की घटना पे पुलिस के द्वारा एक तरह से ये चुनौती के रूप में लिया गया था। मेरी जानकारी में हमने कहा कठोर कार्रवाई करें और कार्रवाई में किसी हालत में बच्चे पे कोई घटना नहीं होना चाहिए। बच्चे को बरामद करना हमारी पहली प्राथमिकता रहना चाहिए और अपराधी।
A wildfire has been rapidly spreading around Thilaraman Hill Temple in Theni district since Friday morning, damaging over 100 acres of surrounding forest land. The forest, rich in rare medicinal plants and valuable trees, has been severely affected. The fire is suspected to have been set by antisocial elements. Environmentalists and devotees are calling for action from the temple administration and government to protect the areas and hold those responsible accountable. A local court in Tirupati has granted 5 days of police custody for 4 individuals arrested in connections with the alleged adulterations of ghee supplied to the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams for its famous laddu. The arrested include Vipin Jain and Pomil Jain, former director of Bhole Baba Dairy, Apurva Choda and Vaishnavi Dairy, and Raju Rajesh Karan from AR Dairy. The arrested follow a probe by a special investigation team, and 2 SIT teams have already visited Chennai and Uttarakhand to conduct searches at the accused home and offices. Six school students have been injured in a road accident when the speeding truck collided with their school van in Uttar Pradesh, Chitrakoot on Friday. The van carrying 10 students was on its way to SEMS Model School around 7 a.m. The injured, aged between 7 and 11, were first treated at the community health center and then referred to the district hospital by police and Manipur SDM Jasmine Ahmed. Private vans and ambulance were used to transport them for further treatment.
बैंड में आया है, ठेला वाला ठोक दिया लगा।
आप लोग कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहे थे बेटा? किस स्कूल में?
हमारे चलिए से जगह में बैंड खड़ी थी।
और कहाँ, कौन से स्कूल आ रहे थे आप?
सेम्स मॉडल
मॉडल स्कूल जा। कितने बच्चे थे बेटा वैन में?
थे
10 बच्चे। तो कितने बच्चे घायल हो गए बेटा?
6 लोग।
6 लोग घायल हो गए। आपको कहाँ चोटें आई बेटा?
स्कूल में आए।
कूल्हे में चोट आई है।
इसमें जो है कुल 6 बच्चे घायल हुए हैं। 6 बच्चों जिसमें 2 का फ्रैक्चर है और 1 का फ्रैक्चर और हेड इंजरी है, और 1 हेड इंजरी है, बाकी 2 नॉर्मल है। और 4 बच्चों को रिफर कर दिया गया है, उनको भेज दिया गया जिला अस्पताल बी एम्बुलेंस लेकर।
4 घायल हुए हैं, 2 का पैर में फ्रैक्चर और सिर में चोट।
जी जी, तो कितने
Influencer Ranveer Alabadia has moved the Supreme Court against FIRs lodged against him over controversial comments made during a YouTube program. Alabadia's lawyer Abhinav Chandrachud sought an urgent hearing citing a police summon by Assam authorities. The remark made during a show with comedian Samir Raina sparked an outrage over the country, leading to multiple FIRs in different states. The Supreme Court, headed by Chief Justice Sanjeev, has agreed to list the police in 2 or 3 days.
My comment wasn't just...
Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted Thailand's rich culture and heritage, calling it a beautiful example of shared philosophical and spiritual traditions of Asia. He emphasized the deep cultural ties between India and Thailand, spanning over 2,000 years, and the mutual reverence for Lord Buddha. Modi also noted the vibrant partnership between the two nations, with India's Act East policy and Thailand's Act West policy, complementing each other for mutual progress.
Thailand has a rich culture, history, and heritage. It stands as a beautiful example of the shared philosophical and spiritual traditions of Asia. Friends, India and Thailand share deep cultural ties that span over 2,000 years. The Ramayana and Ramakien connect us. Our shared reverence for Bhagavan Buddha unites us. Last year, when we sent holy relics of Bhagavan Buddha to Thailand, millions of devotees paid their respects. Our nations also share a vibrant partnership across multiple sectors. India's Act East policy and Thailand's Act West policy complement each other, promoting mutual progress and
Tragedy struck near Jarira village on Thursday night when a car carrying a family plunged into a canal. 4 family members, including 2 children, were killed and 5 others were injured. The family were returning to Jalisar from Aligarh after attending a marriage function. The deceased include Bablu, his sister-in-law Poonam, and Poonam's daughter Kavya and Bhumi. The injured are being treated at Sikandar Rao's Community Hall Center. The bodies have been sent for postmortem.
जलेसर पहुंचते समय रास्ते में एक पुलिया है
जी,
पुलिया पे दोनों साइड ना इस साइड डिवाइडर है, सपोर्ट जो लगा देते हैं कोई भी सपोर्ट नहीं है
जी।
सामने से कोई गाड़ी आई होगी अचानक
जी,
वैसे क्योंकि सिंगल रोड है सामने से कोई गाड़ी आ रही है तो इसका क्या हुआ कि जैसे ही सामने से गाड़ी आई तो उन्होंने साइड में दवाई होगी, तो दवाई होने से क्या हुआ कि गाड़ी नीचे दोनों पहिए, क्योंकि डिवाइडर होता तो चलो रुकती, डिवाइडर नहीं हुआ तो डिवाइडर ना होने के कारण ये गाड़ी गड्ढे में बम्बे में चली गई, बम्बे में, और बम्बे में पानी भर रहा था तो ये गाड़ी चारों पहिए ऊपर हो गए। तो ये क्या कहते हैं अपना
पानी में डूबने के कारण,
पानी में डूबने के बाद चार जो हमारे घर के मेन मुखिया है डॉक्टर साले साहब, उनका देहांत हो गया।
अच्छा, इस पूरे घटनाक्रम में कितने लोग हताहत हुए हैं?
At Aero India 2025, Zen Technologies Tactical Engagement Simulator stole the spotlight. This advanced laser-based combat simulator is widely used by military and police forces in India, offering realistic training without live ammunition. Tech sim replicates real combat scenarios, enabling troops to practice battle drills and tactical operations safely. The system integrates with various weapon systems and includes GPS enabling harnesses, an impact alarm, and an exercise control center to analyze data. It's already adopted by Indian and international forces and has been used to train Agniveer personnel.
So this is a tactical engagement simulator, and we call it armored combat training simulator because the same technology is used for tanks and for infantry. So this is the weapon, and this is the laser unit, and this is typically fired onto the sensor, and the sensor is able to detect whether it's an injury or a hit. So this is used for force on force training, where actually people engage with each other. Because they can't engage with live weapons, it is used with simulated weapons. And the same thing can be extended for larger weapons like tanks, where this is the sensor unit and this is the laser unit. Tank on tank firing, full-fledged war. You know, if you have a complete full-fledged war being involved, including artillery, all the armed wings, they can engage with a full-fledged war, even 5,000 on 5,000 people, and actually demonstrate it to the top echelons, the capability and the competencies of each unit. So, and it is being asked by exports also. A lot of countries are asking, especially after Ukraine and Russia war, they want to actually build their capabilities. So a lot of forces have been trained using this system. Agniveer have been trained on.
In a major robbery case in Raipur, 10 people, including a former BSF personnel, have been arrested for looting cash and jewelry worth ₹65.5 lakh from a family. The robbery took place in Anupam Nagar on Tuesday during the civic polls. The mastermind is Som Shekhar, a former BSF Subedar, along with his associates, carried out the robbery at gunpoint, typing UP the victim and his sister. Police arrested the accused from multiple locations, including Raipur, Nagpur, and Bilaspur. Seized items include ₹59.5 lakhs in cash, 6 grams of gold, and 2 cars.
जो गिरफ्तारियां और जो जब्ती हुई है, कुल 10 आरोपी पकड़े गए हैं। 59.5 लाख रुपीस रिकवर हो पाए हैं। केवल 50,000 रुपया इन लोगों ने अभी खर्च किया है, और साथ ही साथ अन्य जो जेवरात जो डकैती के मसरूका में थे वो भी जब्त किए गए हैं। जो रिटायर्ड सूबेदार मेजर हैं सिक्योरिटी फोर्स के, उनका घर पे आना जाना था विक्टिम के यहाँ। विक्टिम की जो सिस्टर हैं उनसे इनके मित्रवत संबंध थे, और करीब 6 महीनों से और उससे ज़्यादा से इस पैसे को लूट करने की योजना बनाई जा रही है। उन्होंने अपने पहले दोस्तों को भेजा घर पे रेकी करने के लिए, जो कि ज़मीन दलाली का काम करते थे। उन लोगों ने इसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आउट किया। तो पूरे प्रकरण में अगर आप देखेंगे, जिन लोगों ने डकैती की है एक्चुअल घर में घुस के, वो 3rd लेयर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग के हैं। उसके पहले 2 और लोग उसने उसको सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग किया, और फिर उन्होंने उस गिरोह को सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग किया। एक उल्लेखनीय बात ये थी कि एक महिला डकैती की टीम में थी, और सही मायने में वो नेतृत्व करता भी थी। उनकी अगर डिटर्मिनेशन नहीं होती तो शायद ये डकैती नहीं होती। तो उसी वॉज द गाइडिंग फोर्स। पूरे टीम को इकट्ठा करना, मोटिवेट करना, अपने हस्बैंड को भी कन्विंस करना, नागपुर से लोगों को बुलाना, पूरी योजना बनाना। तो पूरी डकैती की जो करने वाली सरगना महिला, जिनका नाम आप सब जानते हैं, नेहा त्रिपाठी, ऑर्गेनाइज करने वाला, योजना बनाने वाला रिटायर्ड सूबेदार मेजर, ये 2 लोग उल्लेखनीय हैं।
The army has recovered a cache of explosives, including anti-tank, claymore, and activated anti-personnel mines in the Tarkundi area of Jammu and Kashmir, which connects Rajouri and Poonch district. During a search operations, the army also found 2 bags, a camera tripod, cortex wire, and SD card cover, digging poles, and dry fruits. The search were launched after a firing incident in the area. In Manipur, JDU leader Nabakishore Singh has said the BJP will decide the next chief minister after Prime Minister Modi returns from his foreign trip. Singh noted two factors within the party, one supporting N. Biren Singh and another calling for change with no conscious reaches yet. This comes as president rule was imposed on the state following Singh's resignation amid ethnic violence that has left over 250 dead. The State Assembly has been put under suspended animation and a decision on the new CM is expected once the Prime Minister returns.
BJP is a national political party, and almost all decisions of the state legislature is taken by the high command of the BJP. After the resignation of the Chief Minister N. Biren on 9th of February, we expected a new government to be formed immediately. But what happened is that the Northeast coordinator of BJP, Dr. Sambit Patra, who is also in charge of Manipur, has been camping here at Imphal from 9th of February, and he has been talking to many MLAs and the former ministers to find a consensus candidate. But it appears that there are now two groups, the dissident groups, which was perhaps responsible for resignation of the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, and the supporters of Mr. N. Biren Singh, especially those who were the ministers in his cabinet. So these two camps are perhaps trying to put up their own chief ministers, and there is no agreement on the consensus candidate. That's why the BJP central leadership is not yet able to pinpoint a chief minister. Perhaps they are waiting for the Honorable Prime Minister to come back from his tour to France and the USA on 14th of this month, and perhaps around 14th or 15th of this month, the central leaders, after the return of the Prime Minister, may decide on the future Chief Minister.
A CRPF Jawan illegally killed 2 of his colleagues and injured 8 others before taking his own life at a camp in Manipur on Thursday. Official sources said the incident took place at CRPF camp in Lamsang, located in the Imphal West District at around 8:20 p.m. The accused Havildar Sanjay Kumar opened fire from his weapon, killing a constable and a sub-inspector of the force on the spot. He later turned the gun on himself and has been declared dead. The accused belonged to the F Company of the 120 battalions of the force. 8 CRPF personnel have been injured in the firing and they have been shifted to the Regional Institute of Medical Science Imphal. The Manipur police issued a post on Twitter where one CRPF Jawan opened fire, killing 2 of his own CRPF colleagues on the spot and injuring 8 others. Later, he also committed suicide by using service weapon. The personnel belonged to F-120 Koi CRPF. Senior officers of police and CRPF have rushed to the spot. The cause of the incident is being investigated and there was no official word from the CRPF immediately. At least 350 members of 70 families relocated due to mysterious death in their village. Returning home on Thursday, 70 people, including 13 children, died under unexplained circumstances in Badhal village between December 7 and January 19. The families spent 22 days at separation center in Rajouri, while most have returned home. Over 30 others are still under observations at local hospital. Expert suspect food contamination, possible a neurotoxin. As the cause, authorities continue to monitor the situation with over 700 households under watch and pesticide shop closed at a precaution.
फैमिलीज़ को एक आइसोलेटेड एटमॉस्फेयर में रखेंगे ताकि उनके जो खाना पीना डाइट है वो सब मॉनिटर हो। उसके लिए एक ऑफिसर्स की टीम जो है वो तैनात की गई, जो क्वारंटीन सेंटर में डेली खाना जो बनता था सबसे पहले उसकी सैम्पलिंग होती थी और इंश्योर किया जाता था कि वो सेफ़ फूड एंड वाटर हम इनको प्रोवाइड करेंगे। उसके बाद चूँकि एक घर से दूर रहना एक इजी काम नहीं है और इनके साथ सभी फैमिलीज़ में जानवर भी थे घर पे, उनके लिए भी एनिमल हस्बेंड्री डिपार्टमेंट, शीप हस्बेंड्री डिपार्टमेंट और एग्रीकल्चर की जॉइंट टीम्स बनाई गई। लगभग 200 एम्प्लॉयज़ की टीम जो थी वो इनके माल मवेशियों का भी ध्यान रख रही थी। लेकिन जाहिर सी बात है क्योंकि सभी लोग शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब गुजर फैमिली से आते हैं और एनिमल्स के साथ एक बहुत क्लोज इमोशनल बॉन्ड रहता है, तो सब लोगों का एक रिक्वेस्ट थी कि हमें जल्द से जल्द घर पे भेजा जाए। एक डिस्चार्ज पॉलिसी के लिए एम्स न्यू दिल्ली ने 2 दिन पहले एक हमने उनके साथ टेकअप किया था कि किस तरीके से हमें इसको डिस्चार्ज करना चाहिए फैमिलीज़ को। तो फाइनली एक डिसीजन आया कि 21 दिन के क्लोज ऑब्जर्वेशन के बाद अगर कोई भी सिम्टम्स नहीं आते, अगर किसी भी तरीके कोई सिम्टम्स नहीं आते, तो फिर हम इनको डिस्चार्ज।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday called for a joint effort between India and the US to dismantle the entire human trafficking system that exploits vulnerable individuals. In response to a question on illegal immigration, PM Modi stated that India is willing to take back its citizens living illegally in the US, provided they are verified and genuinely belong to India. He emphasized that individuals living illegally in foreign countries have no legal right to be there. Modi also expressed confidence that President Trump will fully cooperate with India to eliminate the human trafficking ecosystem.
सवाल सिर्फ भारत का नहीं है, वैश्विक रूप से हम इस मत के हैं कि गैर कानूनी तरीके से जो लोग दूसरे देशों में होते हैं उनको वहां रहने का कोई कानूनी अधिकार तो है नहीं। जहां तक भारत और अमेरिका का सवाल है, हमने हमेशा कहा है कि जो वेरीफाइड होगा, कि जो सच्चे अर्थ में भारत का ही नागरिक होगा, वो अगर अमेरिका में गैर कानूनी तरीके से रहता है तो उसको वापस लेने के लिए भारत तैयार है। लेकिन बात हमारे लिए वहां से रुकती नहीं है। ये सामान्य परिवारों के बच्चे होते हैं, उनको बड़े बड़े सपने दिखाए जाते हैं और उनको ज्यादातर ऐसे होते हैं उनको गुमराह करके लाया जाता है। और इसलिए ये ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग में जुड़े हुए पूरे इकोसिस्टम पर हमने वार करना चाहिए। और अमेरिका और भारत मिल करके हमारी कोशिश है और हमारी कोशिश रहनी चाहिए कि इस प्रकार की पूरी इकोसिस्टम को हमें जड़ मूल से नष्ट करना चाहिए ताकि ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग बंद हो और गरीब लोगों को जो अपनी धन दौलत बेच करके ऐसे बड़े बड़े सपने दिखा करके उनको अंधेरे में रख करके ले जाया जाए, उनके साथ भी अन्याय है। और इसलिए हमारी बड़ी लड़ाई उस पूरे इकोसिस्टम के खिलाफ है और मुझे विश्वास है कि राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप भी इस इकोसिस्टम को खत्म करने में भारत का पूरा सहयोग करें।
A tragic incident occurred on Thursday when the mutilated body of 17 years old Himanshu Singh Rajput was found on the Delhi-Mumbai railway track near Dakania railway station. The body was severely disfigured, making identification difficult. According to the government railway police, initial investigations suggest that Himanshu from Buxar, Bihar may have died by suicide, although no note was found. He has been living in Kota since 2023. Preparations for the NEET exam. Himanshu left his paying guest accommodation late on Wednesday evening. A post-mortem will be determine the cause of the death, and the GRP is continuing its investigation. A seminar on Experience America, educational opportunities in the US and enhancing student mobility in Northeast was held at Nagaland University's Kohima campus, Marima on February 14. Over 300 students from various colleges participated. The seminar was organized by the US Consulate General, Kolkata, YRG Care and Nagaland University. Professor Lungsang Zeleng, placements officer of Nagaland University, encouraged students to explore US education opportunities. Professor G.T. Tong, Pro Vice Chancellor, highlighted the academic and scholarship options in the US. Ms. Ashwarya Mondal introduced the Experience America initiative, and a virtual session provided insight into US exchange program and scholarships. The event aimed to promote students' mobility and global education for students in Nagaland and Northeast India. US President Donald Trump has announced reciprocal tariff on trading partners, aiming for fairness in trade practices. He emphasized that countries charging the US higher tariff will face the same treatment in return. The move, coming ahead of his meeting with PM Modi, could spark broader economic tensions and lead to new trade negotiations. Trump also criticized value-added taxes in the EU, calling them trade barriers to be included in tariff calculations. This announcement raised the prospect of retaliations from other nations which may impose tariff on US goods.
And on trade, I have decided, for purposes of fairness, that I will charge a reciprocal tariff, meaning whatever countries charge the United States of America, we will charge them, no more, no less. In other words, they charge us a tax or tariff, and we charge them the exact same tax or tariff. Very simple. Nobody knows what that number is unless you go by the individual country. You can see what it is if you go to the individual country and you look at what they're charging us. In almost all cases, they're charging us vastly more than we charge.
Nltv English Prime Time has been brought to you by Trump Footwear. That is all for the Nltv English Prime Time. For more news and update, keep watching Nagaland TV.